Getting a little hungry too. I should have done this after I ate something. Be all right. Change these out. We'll see what we're gonna eat. Okay, 42 right there. What do I want to put in there? Put the 45 back in there? Probably. I don't know. There's a 38, like another 40. Let's check. Nothing good but to do it. We let a couple more people come in. I'm already hungry. Hopefully the dog's in the background whining for attention at the neighbor's house is not affecting y'all. Go ahead and drop the ball. It's got fuel in it. I just did a run video down the street and back. Y'all hadn't seen yet. So now I gotta check my pilot. Animal looking. I can figure out what main I had. I'm just gonna look anyway. So come on in. We'll be here for a minute. Even though I'm hungry, I forgot I should have ate. I should have ate lunch or dinner, lunch, and then did this because I didn't eat lunch. Like breakfast. Late breakfast around 10:30. I adjusted the timing and everything earlier. It was way too much retarded about that. So I had an advanced retardation. Anyway, let's see if there's anyone in here. I see the chat. It says 18 people, so it's a beautiful day. It rained this morning, y'all. So, but the sun come out. It's trying to dry up. I'll upload the little run video later, and we'll do an idle as soon as I fix this. See Optimob, what's up? And this Van Nuza. I can see it better on if I go in my room and open up the chat. But yeah, we're just here changing out the jets, and I'll do y'all start up here in a minute. Gonna see what this little pilot I have in here, because it needs to be adjusted. It needs to be bigger than whatever's in here. No, you want to give me the whole thing? That's fine. That's another motion tube that I got. Sudoku 16 hole. There's a piece of this thing. Anyway. Let me get another wrench. Croissant. Yeah, the dogs are hollering for food. We gotta wait until. Says I have a 98 in there. But I'm gonna stick stock 105 back in there and see what it does. Before we move along. Mainly I'm here to change the pilot. I have to go get a 10 to tighten that up in there. use this. You know, I use this socket. I can't see the chat right now, but you're all welcome to come on in. Yeah. Look for the power first. Let's see what I put on there. Oh no, it says 45. I think I have a bigger. I do, but it won't be a nice brand. What to do? I can keep this in for now anyway. I want to see what the main does again. Hold on, let me grab my other jets. These are the wrong jets right here anyway. This was for 45. Let me see if I can find one right above that. There's a 55 in that bag. I don't need that big. Let's see what the bag has to offer. These are just about cheap jets, but still. Cheap jets better than no jets. 52 too big. $48 right here. Shouldn't be no bigger than that. Looks like I've had it used in something before, or I've tested in that old PWK21. Looks fairly close to it. It don't look too bad. 48 it is. The pilot was hanging a little bit when I go up in RPMs a little bit, 6, 5, 6, 7, and then let out. It would hang a little bit before it dropped back down. I got it pretty dang close. That was a 45, which is a stock pilot for this Loney PWK cone. So we're going to jump to the 48 that I bought years ago with the Mikuni, not a real Mikuni, when I bought the PWK 21. So we'll hop up to a 48. I'll go blow it out, see if I got something to make sure it's super clean. I can see through it, but still. What's up, Will? Let me blow it out. So we're just jetting the carb a little bit. First time I ran it, couldn't tune it good. It was hard and it was getting hot quick without a temperature gauge. It just, with the tune was off and everything. I know it was a timing, but playing with the carb and jetting a little bit. Finally, I readjusted everything and reworked the cylinder. Basically, it was just stock. It still is, but I cleaned up everything a little bit better, made a better base gasket, which basically this is a copy of a Piaggio base gasket. It fits this cylinder damn good. So, because it's got big transfer area, and this one's got a little weird thing in the corner right here. So it fits real good. I needed a thicker gasket. I had to readjust the timing. As you see, I put out a short today. I adjusted the timing this morning. And double check the clearness. Hope this knock off jet's pretty close. The jet that was in there. We'll start it up in here in a minute though. The main may be still too much. I don't know. It had a 98 in it, but it didn't ever really hit right. I was more worried about the pilot. Only did a little small test of the full in the video I'll release later. That's before I'm doing this now. We're going to start it up here in just a minute. Let y'all hear it idle. We'll give it some little blip revs and you know. There were little teasers with the video I'm gonna release. This is a small ride before this, just down the road and back. Evidently, I got the mic on my little chest cam, but it don't sound as good. I'm gonna have to try it without the mic. See if one of the settings, it says the mic's on and all that. It don't act right. Hey, I can't sit directly in front of it. And I want to get a better hose. The one I bought, the little cheap one, the better one's $25, and it's way more stiffer and better. It's just the way it is. This one allows too much jiggling. Can't have the car doing too much jiggling. Timing is everything. But changing that emulsion tube out from a crappy 8-hole to a 16-hole freaking helped tremendously too. But the timer was everything. Timer to burn your shit up. It was fighting. It was way too retarded. Way too retarded. Excuse my French. Watch Paul's video. I have to make sure I commented on it. I can go back and check on it. Yeah, see, it's jiggling too much. I have to go back and get the other one stiffer and better. And I could move some stuff around. I could move this CDI maybe up a little higher, up out the way, and I can shorten my intake tube a little bit more, which would be more ideal too. I could bring this carb in a little bit closer, which makes everything better. I mean, this ain't the super race engine, but you know, I just want it to work like this, you know what I'm saying? Like a this. So let me see who's in the chat in there. Let me go rinse my hands off, you know, so I ain't got to touch computer crap with gas. We'll come back and give it a start up. Adjust a little, get it to idle since I changed that pilot. Let me go see who's in the chat, y'all. Give y'all a little different angle. Angle's good. Let's check it out. Angle's good. Got the RDM stage 3 clutch shaft and spring and all that in there. All the pieces that he makes for the clutch arch shaft. Stage 4 cover, China nut here and stuff. I have his other one. Ring pad, seal bearing clutch. What's up, guys? I'll go back in there and see who's in there. I seen Dave, Leonard, Will. This for you, Leonard. Showed Leonard my Falcon video. He's like, oh, that girl. Well, I brought this girl out for you, Leonard, especially. We're zeroing in on it, Leonard. Slowly but surely. I know I should have checked the timing when it was acting wonky. Or as stupid as it was to start. Plus the BTG was too much for trying to tune your engine straight off. I'd suggest having your seal bearing clutch something you can just pull off after you tune it if you need the BTG, and then slap it on after you've basically tuned it from idle and, you know, needle. And then once you know you're slipping on the main, you can throw your BTG on, fine tune that, and then you can go race, ride, whatever. But yeah, I would have just tore up that center hub. It was already starting to eat on it bad from just idling, trying to get the jets right and all that. So it's much better putting the seal bearing clutch on there and tuning this a lot quieter. Everything's easier. Drink this. This will sustain me till I go cook something after I get off the live with y'all. So we're gonna go 1 hour, and then I gotta cook something. And then I'll probably try to do that editing on that video, the rest of the Trace ride, and then I have a Jared's ride video to do. And it's not gonna be much editing though; it's just be riding. Maybe I'll try to type something in there. Or who knows? I can't. I don't want to sit there and play with that much. Only when I'm gonna put a couple of scenes together or something. That way I can just stick them together and there it is. But yeah, well, what I am going to do is clean up that. Well, I did have slack in it earlier, so that ain't bad. I can tighten it up one click, but I like to find adjustment in the other one, custom RDM, even though it's aluminum shit, a crappy aluminum quality, but a little star nut, but whatever. But the steel one would be nicer with a little bit more adjustment than this one. But this one usually does the trick. Yeah, let's see who's in the chat real quick. Let's go inside real quick. Yeah, it says 5 people still in here. Good, that means only the people that matter. I wouldn't mind seeing 18, 20, 100, 1,500 people. It'd be cool. You know, not exciting enough for them. You know, hold on, we're gonna hit the volume. All right. Yeah, Dave's still in here. Safety meeting. No, we can have a little safety meeting before we do a little, you know, before we do the startup. And I have to adjust the idle just a hair. So, yep, y'all hit that. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I missed you live, Dave, the other day. I was still at work. I heard somebody. Usually I don't have the phone in my pocket. But it was already irritating the piss out of me. I was doing some carpentry work at my brother's, though, on Friday, doing a hardy board lap siding. Paid the same, so. But yeah, you know, get to move your muscles around. Still have to fuck with a ladder, you know. To finish, though, I got to get a scaffold. But yeah, it was good to change up for a minute, though. I don't mind doing carpentry. I just couldn't do it every day for a living. No more. That's a young man or an old man that just loves doing it every day. I don't want to do that shit every day no more. It's good, though. It's definitely a good trade to know. A little bit about all of it. Dave, you're getting too old to be on them roofs anyway, but hey, somebody got to do it. You just got to take your time. Throat's a little sore. Yeah, I don't know what I'm cooking. I got some little small piece of hamburger meat. Got some refried beans. I don't know if my tortillas are still fresh. And I was gonna make some homemade salsa the other day, but I didn't. If y'all come down in 2026, I'm gonna have my homemade salsa that I make, you know, and some chips out there. Yeah, I make a damn good homemade salsa for being Caucasian. You'll love my salsa. It's not super hot. Only the vegetables got to carry a little bit of heat in there. Make a good salsa. Good for you too. Yeah. If Jared, I don't know if Jared likes salsa, but if he does, I make a good salsa. Got this little bit of this gelato 45. We're gonna go back out there in just a minute, guys. Leonard, well, hopefully the phone will do it justice on a little bit on the crank up an island we're finna do for you. You'll get to hear it in the video run a little bit. It should run a little bit better now, though. I'll still have to go test the main out again, and the pilot on acceleration, pulling in the clutch, making sure the idle not hangs for a couple of seconds. It should just fall straight back down now. It was with the 45. It was hanging for about a couple of seconds, and then it'd fall. I could blip it, and it'd fall back down. Fine tuning. Got to make sure I got the little flat head for the car. It'll fly good enough, you know. I'm probably gonna put the fancy gold chain on it. I'll probably go get it out the house later and put it on there. That way I ain't gotta worry about nothing wrong with the chain on that joint. I can just ride around, cruise it. I gotta get a temp gauge for it, and then I can cruise it around. Because, you know, it ain't got the super huge ports. It's got a big exhaust, good blow down and stuff. But, you know, it's not a super race cylinder or nothing. But it'll do the trick. And then again, you know, I may take it for a better ride video this evening if I can adjust a few things. So, let's do a little start up. See if we can get it to idle up for y'all. Everything's good. Yep, fuel's on. Sparkulator's ready. Ground's hooked up. Coil's not grounded out on itself. Everything's gravy. Got my little flathead for the carb. those islands so high. Let's crank it back up. Sorry about that. I was like, that's not right. Sound more better, don't it? Yeah, it sounds like the mains. Too rich. Too rich, too rich, too rich. There's right here in my lighting and all this other crap. There's a microphone, and I never hit that microphone, but that's what was X'd out. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I didn't get to hear the bike run, or did you? Tell me in the chat if you got to hear the bike run. All right, so I muted y'all after the bike ran. All right. Yeah, let me know, Paul. I see you said yes. So was I muted, Leonard, when the bike ran after I changed the jets? I was muted. Oh shit. Damn. That's no good. You mean I got to go back out there and start it back up for y'all? Is that what you want? Because the main, what I was saying, the main. okay. Because the main is I'll put it back to a 105 in there, and I can feel it on the idle. But like I said, I'll try it under load before I change it again. Because I did a short video before this live, and I rode down to the end of the street. It runs back to the canal back here in my neighborhood. Same canal I hit way up on the road up I told y'all I'd fish at one day up there. Runs back here behind my neighborhood and keeps on going. But I rode back there, and that's how I knew I needed to up my pilot one more time. But the main didn't act right good then. So I came home and I was like, well, let me up it. So I have to check it under load. I can't just sit out there and rev it because it's not made to rev 14,000 or nothing like that. Yeah, I wanted to stay a little bit rich. I don't want to burn it up. I ain't got a temp gauge on it yet. And, it wasn't even really warm yet. I need to run it down the road. Then I can find it just to idle, But it was idling pretty good. It didn't like the takeoff for some reason. It was doing a little bucket on takeoff. Maybe that's because it was cold. Because when I had 45, it didn't buck too much. It says I got 10% battery, so yeah, it says we only got 5.5 minutes anyway. But yeah, sorry about the muted part. But like I said, it was bucking a little bit when I was taking off, but I was probably taking off a little slow. It likes to be started at about 10 miles an hour, and it starts pretty good. Runs good, idles. I forgot I had that choke on earlier. That's why I was idling so high, and then it wouldn't come back down when I was screwing the idle down. I looked over and I was like, fuck, the choke's still up. Yeah, we'll see. I'll play with it a little more later after I eat, and I may take it for another ride. If I do, I'll record it. So, yeah, I'll still upload the little teaser ride, though. Of not trying to go too fast down the back road to my neighborhood. And I'll give you all and I can put my battery on there so I can have a break. Well, everything's slim pickings in there, bro. This is a 24 millimeter carburetor. Yeah, Pliny makes a 23 and the 24. They're the Evolution series though, and on the backside they open up to like a 26 millimeter. They're pretty trick ass carburetors. Mike just got the 23, and I have a 21, a 19, not the 23 or 24. They just come back out with the 24. So if you was to run on Treat Land and check, back a couple weeks ago, they just got some new ones in. You had to look for them, but they just got some in. But yeah, we're finna get out of here. I see we got 10 people in here. Sorry, y'all. We're finna have to get off here. I'm hungry. We're getting close to the 1 hour mark. And yep. So yep, completely custom built by me. Some cylinder work by Kevin's shop to make it fit the case. And a good old choppy twist I did on the pipe long ago on the old horizontal I ran. It is what it is. We're gonna get her dialed in, making that sweet music. Them ding 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 dings. We'll get back at it. So y'all have a good one. Enjoy y'all's day. Get out and ride. We'll get a couple videos in.